Access your free language gifts right now before they expire. First, the Talking About Dates PDF conversation cheat sheet. Learn how to talk about your plans on specific dates in the target language. Plus, must-know vocabulary for months, days of the month, and more. Download this cheat sheet for free. Second, the Ultimate Guide to Beginner Language ebook. Want a free way to boost your vocabulary? With this new PDF ebook, you'll master over 500 beginner words and phrases, more than enough to start speaking the language with confidence. Third, how do you say winter in your target language? Don't know? Access this 1-minute lesson to learn all winter-related words and phrases. If you want to learn these words fast, use the free audio slideshow tool inside the lesson. Fourth, do you know how to express holiday greetings in your target language? Access this 1-minute lesson to learn phrases like Happy Holidays and Have a Happy New Year. Fifth, can you talk about holiday accommodations in your target language? Learn how to say hotel, guest house, inn, and much more with this quick vocab bonus. And sixth, want an app that teaches you the language through conversations? Download Innovative Language Learning for free for the Android, iPhone, and iPad. You'll unlock bite-sized lessons that teach you practical conversations and get you speaking in minutes. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the description below. Download them right now before they expire.
Hi everyone! Welcome to Ask Kjin. My name is Kjin. 안녕하세요, Kjin입니다. In this series, I'll answer your Korean questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know by clicking the link in the description. Or you can go to koreanclass101.com/ask-kjin. So ask me any questions. Today I picked questions related to Korean tenses. Here's the first question. How can I conjugate the present tense in Korean? So here's the chart for the present tense in Korean. Please save this and refer to it whenever you want to make present tense in Korean. This looks complicated, right? But don't worry, we'll look at one by one together. So let's look at the first one. The last vowel of the stem is a or o. Then you use a, yo at the end. Okay, so the second one. The last vowel of the stem is not a or o. Then you use o, yo. And if the verb or adjective ends in 하다, then you always use 해요 at the end. What does that mean? What does it mean? So I prepared some example verb and adjective so we can practice together. So here we go. 살다, 좋다, 보다. 살다, to live in Korea, to live in the States. 좋다, 좋다, to be good. So the quality is good or good idea. 좋다. 보다, to look, to watch, 보다. And 먹다, 울다, 주다. I'm preparing lots of verbs and adjectives because I want to practice a lot with you today. 먹다, to eat. 울다, to cry. 주다, to give. And 사랑하다, 행복하다, 공부하다. So 사랑하다, to love. 행복하다, to be happy. 공부하다, to study. So here are some verbs to practice, verb and adjective for us to practice together. So let's look at the first one, 살다. So how can I use this dictionary form of the verb and make the present tense? So 짠, I have this word. 살다, to live. What is the stem here? Because as you can see this chart, I need to get the stem first and put 아요 or 어요, 해요. Stem. I need to get the stem. What is the stem? Stem is 짜자자잔 살 is the stem. So it's 살다, right? Always Korean verb and adjective ends with 다 at the end. 다. But 다 is useless. Remove 다. and you only have 살, right? This is the stem. So the verb or adjective without 다 is the stem. So 살. Let's look at 살 now. So does it include 아 or 오? 아 or 오? Let's see. 살. Do you see this part? You have the 아 sound, right? It does include the 아 sound. The last vowel of the stem includes 아 sound. So you need to use 아요. So it means, 짠, I live, you live, or she lives, he lives, we live, they live. There is no subject, so I don't know, but it just means someone lives. 살아요. This is a present tense. And this is a very standard way to make the present tense in Korean. We do have the formal ways to make the present tense and casual way to make the present tense, but let's look at the most common one, which is this 요 form. 살아요. Let's try the next one. 좋다. 좋다. Okay, so do you remember the meaning? It means to be good. So 좋다. What's the stem here? Stem? Now you know what is the stem, right? Remove that at the end. The stem is 조. Just 조. And the last vowel of the stem is 아 or 오. Let's look at it. Do you see this 오? Yes. It does include 오 sound. So here you need to use 아요. 좋아요 means I like it, or it's good, or I like it. It depends on the context. So 좋아요. Let's look at another verb, which is 보다. 보다. Okay, so 보다 means to look or to watch, to see. 보다. So what is the stem? Stem is 보 without 다. 보 is the stem. Let's see. 보 includes O sound. It does include the O sound. So I'm using 아요 at the end. 보아요. It means I see, he sees, she sees, you see, we see, they see. There's no subject, so I don't know, but it just means someone sees. 보아요. Okay, so are you okay with this conjugation? Okay, then let's look at another set of these verbs. 먹다. Okay, so it means to eat, right? 먹다. What's the stem here? Stem is remove 다 at the end. You have only 먹. 먹 is the stem. Always remove 다. Then you have 먹. Let's see the vowel sound. Does it include 아 or 오 sound? No, it does not include 아 or 오 sound. It only includes the 어 sound, which is not 아 or 오. It's not 아 or 오, right? It's not 아, it's not 오. So I'm going to use 어요. 먹어요. It means someone eats or I eat. 먹어요. This is a present tense in Korean. 먹어요. Are you okay with this? Let's practice a little bit more. Let's look at the second verb, which is 울다. Do you remember the meaning? 울다 means to cry. 울다. This is a dictionary form, and we never use the dictionary form when we speak in Korean. So we need to change it to present tense. 울다. What is a stem? Stem is 짜자자자잔. 울 is a stem. Again, I remove 다 at the end, and 울 is a stem. 울. Let's see. Does it include 아 or 오 sound? No, it does not include 아 or 오 sound. It only includes 우 sound, which is not, let's look at this chart again. It's not 아, it's not 오, but it's just 우. Aha, since it does not include our O sound, we are using 어요. So it means I cry or he's crying, she's crying. By the way, did you notice in the translation I just said she is crying, he is crying. Yes, Korean present tense can be used for the present progressive like I am crying, which can be continuous. It's happening right now. Or it can be just in general one like she often cries, he often cries, I often cry. So present tense is so useful. You can use this present tense for future too. Anyway, 울어요, 울어요. I use 어요 because it does not include 아 or 오. Now let's look at this one. 주다, 주다 meaning 주다, to give. 주다. Okay, so what is the stem? It's very simple now. 짜자자자잔, remove 다, then you have 주. It does not include 아 or 오, so you are using 어요. 주어요, 주어요. It means I give, you give. 주어요, 주어요. And this can be shortened as 줘요, 줘요, 주어요. When you pronounce it quickly, it becomes 줘요. 줘요, 줘요, 줘요. So it can be shortened as this. Actually, there are a lot of contracted form like this in Korean. So this can be hard, but as a beginner, don't worry about this, but practice this basic one first. Anyway, 주어요. Okay, very good. Now let's look at these ones. How about 사랑하다? 사랑하다. It means to love, to love. 하다 verb is very simple. For 하다 verb, you just need to remove 하다 at the end. Just remove 하다. 하다. Replace 하다 with 해요. That's it. You don't need to think about like it ends with 아 or 오, it includes 아 or 오, it doesn't matter. Just 하다, 하다. If it ends with 하다, replace it with 해요. That's it. 사랑해요 means I love, you love, they love, we love. So 사랑해요. Next, we have 행복하다. 행복하다. This is an adjective. 행복하다. 행복하다. It ends with 하다, right? So make it simple. Just replace 하다 with 해요. 해요. I'm happy. 행복해요. 행복해요. Okay, then how about this? The last one here. 짜자잔. 공부하다. 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 Again, it ends with 하다. So what do you need to do? Just replace 하다 with 해요. 해요. So simple. 공부해요. It means I study, you study, he studies, she studies, we study, they study. 공부해요. So this is the present tense in Korean. And it's not very difficult, right? I know it can be complicated at the beginning because you need to think, does it include 아 or 오? But actually, here's a trick. If last vowel of the stem includes 아 or 오, your jaw is already opened. 오. That's why when you pronounce 아요, naturally, it sounds like 아요. And when you pronounce the other vowels other than 아 or 오, other vowels such as 우, 이, your jaw is not so much opened. That's why when you pronounce 어요, naturally, it sounds more like 어요. So Korean people didn't make these rules to confuse foreigners. It just happened very naturally to pronounce all the verbs and adjectives easily. So it just happens because of the pronunciation. So when you conjugate these present tense, make sure to read it out. Read it out. Then you will understand. 아유, 어유, you will naturally pronounce these. So please practice a lot. And 해요 is simple, right? Always replace 하다 with 해요. This needs quite a lot of practices, but once you understand all these rules and get used to it, it won't be so hard. So, good luck! Here's the second question. How can I conjugate the past tense in Korean? So this is the past tense chart for you. Save this and refer to it whenever you need to make the past tense in Korean. Did you notice something? This chart looks very similar to the present tense chart. Yes, it's almost similar. Look, the last vowel of the stem is a or u, or not a or u, or 하다. Yes, basically the rule is the same, but the ending is different. Ending was 아요, right? But now it's as어요. It was 어요, right? But now it's 어서요. And the last one was 해요, right? And now it's 했어요. So basically, it was 아요, 어요, 해요, but it became as어요, 어서요, 했어요. So this 쌍시옷 sounds like past tense to me as a native speaker. So just remember this ending and everything is the same. So let's practice together. Now, 살다, 살다. 짜자잔. 살다, to live. Now I want to say I lived. I lived someplace. I lived in Korea before. So 살, it does include a sound. So I'm using 왔어요. 살았어요. As in 한국에 살았어요. It means I lived in Korea. 살았어요. Because it includes the a sound here, right? A sound. Now let's look at the second word, which is 좋다. 좋다. Okay. 좋다. 좋다. Again, I need to get the stem, so remove 다. And 좋 includes O sound, right? O sound. So I'm using 왔어요. 좋았어요. 좋았어요 means it was good. Maybe you lived in Korea and it was good. 좋았어요. 좋았어요. Let's try another word. 짜잔. 보다. To see, to look, to watch. So 보다. And what is the stem? Stem is simple. Remove 다 at the end. 보, 오. It does include O sound, so I'm using 보았어요. I saw or you saw. I looked or I watched that drama. So 보았어요. I watched. I saw. 보았어요 is simple. Now let's try the other word. 먹다. 먹다. To eat. 먹다. So what is the stem here? Stem is simple. Remove 다. And 먹 is the stem. 먹. It does not include a or o sound, right? a, o? Nope, it does not include it. So I'm using 먹었어요. 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 It means I ate. I ate. 먹었어요. Now let's try this 울다. To cry. 울다. 울다. This is a dictionary form, and again, we never use the dictionary form when we speak. We need to change to present tense or past tense, future tense. So I got the stem here, 울. It was 울다, but stem is 울, right? 울. It includes 우 as a vowel, which is not a or o. So I'm using 울었어요. I cried. 울었어요. Okay? Now let's try this word. 주다, to give. 주다. Okay, now you know what is the stem, right? It's simple. 주 is the stem. 주 is the stem. 주, 우. It includes 우 sound. It's not 아 or 오. So I'm using 주었어요. 주었어요. It means I gave or you gave. 주었어요. 주었어요. Okay, so now let's try this 하다. 하다 verbs or 하다 adjectives. 하다. 짠, I have this word. 사랑하다. 사랑하다, to love. Now I want to say I loved. I loved. 하다 is simple. Just replace 하다 with 했어요. I loved. 사랑했어요. I loved. Or they loved. They loved me so much, but not anymore. 사랑했어요. I loved. 사랑했어요. Let's try 행복하다 now. 행복하다. Do you remember the meaning? It means to be happy. 행복하다. 행복하다. To be happy. Now it's simple. You just need to remove 하다 and replace 하다 with 했어요. 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 It means I was happy. Yes, when I was in Korea, I was so happy. 행복했어요. 행복했어요. Last one, 공부하다. 공부하다. This is what you are doing now, right? 공부하다. It means to study. 공부하다. 공부하다, to study. I want to say I studied. I studied last night. So replace 하다 with 했어요. That's it. 했어요. 했어요. 공부했어요. 공부했어요 means oh, they studied or we studied. We studied. So it's a past tense of 공부하다. 공부했어요. So I think you're okay with these conjugations, especially if you study the present tense and if you're familiar with the conjugation. Past tense is relatively simple, but you still need the practice. So please practice a lot and read it out when you conjugate it. The rule is, well, it's simple. These rules are made simply because of the pronunciation. When you use these ending, it's easier to pronounce. That's why these rules are here. It's not to confuse you. So when you practice it, please read it out a lot, as many times as you can until you get used to it. Here's the last question. How can I conjugate the future tense in Korean? So this is a future tense chart for you. Save this and refer to it whenever you need to make the future tense in Korean. Now the future tense looks a little bit different from the present tense and past tense. That's right, it's different, but actually the conjugation is simpler. So let's look at it together. So if the stem ends in a vowel, then you use 릴 거예요. And if the stem ends in a consonant, then you will use 을 거예요. Lastly, if the stem ends in consonant 리을, then you only use 거예요. It sounds difficult, but actually it's simpler. So let me show you why. So 짠! Let's look at this word first. 보다, 보다, to look, right? Is 보다. Okay. 보다. So let's get the stem first. What is the stem? Stem is 보, 보, 보. So which one should I have to use? 을 거예요 or 을 거예요? Simple. It's 보, 오, 오, 오. It ended with vowel sound, right? It sounds like 보, right? 보, 보, 보. So it ended with vowel sound. So I will use 릴 거예요 as in 짠. 볼 거예요. 볼 거예요. It means I will watch or I will see. 볼 거예요. So basically, we need to have 을 거예요. 을 거예요. And if something ends with a vowel sound, you can actually combine this vowel sound with 을 거예요 as in 볼, 볼, 볼. So it naturally become 볼 거예요. And if there is any consonant, you cannot combine the sound. So you are pronouncing the sounds clearly as in 을 거예요. 을 거예요. So let's look at more example. Now I have this word. 주다 meaning to give. 주다. Okay. So what's the stem? Stem is 주. 주. Yes. And 주, u. It ends with u. Vowel sound, right? 주. Because it sounds like 주, right? 주. By the way, English pronunciation and Korean pronunciation are different. So this romanization doesn't sound exactly like English pronunciation, but well, this is how you can romanize in Korean. So anyways, 주, it ends with a vowel sound. So you are using 줄 거예요. 줄 거예요. I will give. I'm going to give. 줄 거예요. 줄 거예요. Okay, so now let's try another word which is 짜잔, 좋다. 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 To be good. So it's 좋다. What is the stem? Now stem is simple, right? Remove 다. 좋 is the stem. Oh, do you see this? It's conjugated with these three sound, right? Three sound. So this one is kind of like J, kind of like O, kind of like, well, we don't have exact sound, but here 좋, it ended with, yes, consonant. So we are using this one, 을 거예요, because it ended with consonant. Okay, so let's use 을 거예요. It will be good. So for example, the weather will be good. Weather will be good tomorrow. So 내일 날씨가 좋을 거예요. For example, 좋을 거예요. It will be good. 좋을 거예요. Now, let's try this. 먹다. To eat, right? 먹다, the verb. What is the stem? Stem is 먹. By removing 다 at the end. 먹. It consists of 먹, right? 먹. So it consists of these components, and it does end with a consonant. So let's use 을 거예요. 을 거예요. 을 거예요. I will eat, or we will eat, they will eat, he or she will eat. 먹을 거예요. So it's a future tense. So 짠, are you okay with this? Then how about these verbs? What should I do with these 하다 verbs? 하다 verbs are so simple. 사랑하다, 행복하다, meaning to be happy. 사랑하다 means to love. And now 공부하다, to study. So what is the stem? Stem is simple. Remove 다 at the end. 사랑하, 행복하, 공부하 is the stem. Does it end with a vowel or a consonant? 사랑하, it ended with, yes, it ended with vowel sound, 아 sound, right? 사랑하, it ends with vowel sound. So you're using 할 거예요, I will love, 사랑할 거예요, 행복할 거예요, I'll be happy, 행복할 거예요, or I will study, 공부할 거예요. So for 하다 verb, it's just simple. It's just put 릴 거예요 simply because the stem ends in a vowel sound. 짠! Okay, now we have these verbs, which is 살다, 살다, to live, to live. What is the stem? It's 살. And 살, aha, it ended with consonant. So I need to use 을 거예요, right? 살을 거예요. 살을 거예요. I will live. Is it right? No, I'm sorry, but this is incorrect. Because 살 is consist of this sound, right? 살. It does already include the sound. It already includes, so you don't need to put 을 sound again. So in this case, you just put 거예요 only. 거예요, meaning I will live. I will live in Korea, or I live in the States. So 살 거예요. Another example would be 울다, cry, 울다. So let's get the stem. Stem is 울, right? So 울 ended with consonant. So should I say 울을 거예요? 을 거예요, this? Nope. The stem ends with consonant 리을. So I need to use just 거예요. 거예요. So I will cry. 울 거예요. So simply because this already includes the 리을 sound, 을 pronunciation already. So you don't need to add another this 리을 or 을 sound again. Just put 거예요. For this one, if the stem ends in a vowel, again, as I mentioned, the vowel sound can combine with this sound, as in 보을. If the stem ends in a consonant, you cannot combine the sound with 을. So you put 을 sound separately again. And for the last one, now it's simple. It does include the 리을 sound, so you don't need to put it again. So these are the future tense in Korean. And actually, future tense is easier than present tense and past tense. So you just need to see if there is any 받침 or last consonant in the stem. So if there is anything stem, then, for example, like, let's use my favorite verb, which is 먹다. 짠, 먹다. So always remove 다 at the end and see. If there is any consonant at the bottom, this is called 받침. If there is anything, then you use 을 거예요. And if there is nothing here, then you put 리을 sound here, and put 거예요. So this is a future tense in Korean. It's not very difficult, so please practice it a bit more. And always read it out when you practice conjugating this future tense. Good luck. That's it for this lesson. Today I answered 3 questions about Korean tenses. If you have any other questions, click the link in the description or go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. Thanks for watching. I'm Kjin and I'll see you on koreanclass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요. Hi everyone, welcome to Ask Kjin. My name is Kjin. 안녕하세요, Kjin입니다. In this series, I'll answer your Korean questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know by clicking the link in the description. Or you can go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. So ask me any questions. Today I picked questions related to spring travel tips in Korea. Here's the first question. What is the weather like in the spring in Korea? 짠! So this is the temperature in Korea in the spring. By the way, spring is between March, 3월 to May, 5월. And this is the temperature of 4월, April. So let's look at it together. So 짠, 서울, the capital of Korea is located here. And the highest temperature is 10 18도, 18도, 18 도 degrees. So 18도, this is the highest temperature in April and the lowest temperature is 7도, 7도, 7 degrees. But actually, this is just from the statistics, but in my experience, it's higher than this these days. I guess it's because of global warming, but anyway, it's around like this. And second, do you know Daejeon? Daejeon is located here and is in the middle of South Korea. It's between Seoul and Busan. So, well, it's a little bit warmer than Seoul. Oh, but it's the lowest temperature is lower than Seoul. Interesting, it's 5도. And also, please remember that in Korea, we use Celsius, not Fahrenheit. Celsius. So, 19도, 19도, 19 degrees. 5도, 5도, 5 degrees. Now, let's look at Busan. Busan. Busan is very close to this CEC, and this is second biggest city in Korea. And oh, interesting, the highest temperature is same as Seoul, 18 degrees, 18도, 18도. And the lowest temperature is 9도, 9 degrees, 9도. And let's look at Jeju. Where is Jeju? Jeju is around here. I'm hiding the island. But Jeju Island is the biggest island in South Korea. Jeju, Jeju. And 짠 is 17 degrees. It's highest temperature. So 최고 기온, highest temperature is 17도예요. 최고 기온은 17도예요. 최저 기온, lowest temperature, 최저 기온은 9도예요. So 짠. So in April, well, actually between March to May in Korea is spring and it's warm. So, well, I personally think it's a great season to travel in Korea. There are pros and cons though. But yes, remember this, but please make sure to check the forecast. Don't just trust this one because this is just average of many years, but you need to check the forecast before traveling to Korea. Here's the second question. Is spring a good season to travel to Korea? As I just mentioned, I personally think spring is a great season to travel to Korea, but I wouldn't recommend spring to everyone. Let me show you why. But first, let's look at what is good things. What are good in spring in Korea? So first, 짜자자잔, it's warm. 따뜻해요. Yes, it's warm. It's very good. It's not cold, it's not hot, it's just warm, perfectly warm. As I showed you, the temperature is between 10 to 20 Celsius degrees. So it's perfect, in my opinion. And 짜자잔, next, flowers bloom. Yay! 꽃이 피어요. 꽃이 피어요. 꽃 means flowers. And 피어요 means bloom. By the way, in English, you say flower, plural form, right? In Korean, well, I know many flowers bloom, but we don't really use the plural form so often, unless you want to emphasize that it's plural. So in general, just singular form is okay. So 꽃이 피어요 means a flower blooms or flowers bloom. So 꽃이 피어요. So since it's a spring, there are many flowers and I love flowers. So it's good. And there are lots of flower-related festivals. So if you are interested in seeing some festivals, then spring is a good season. Yay! Next is sunny. Yes, in spring, there are many sunny days. So you don't need to worry about the weather so much. So it's sunny is 맑아요, 맑아요, 맑아요. Next, the weather is good. This is what I'm repeatedly saying it. But 날씨가 좋아요. 날씨가 좋아요. The weather is good. 날씨, weather, 가, particle. 좋아요 means good. So the weather is good. But I'm sorry, there are some bad side of spring too. So for example, if you visit Korea in March, 3월, March, there is 꽃샘추위, 꽃샘추위, 꽃샘추위. So it's last cold spell. And if you break down the word, it means 꽃, flower, 샘 means jealousy, and 추위 means coldness. So basically, it's around a week, it's short period of time that is very cold, that gets cold all of a sudden. So in March, usually it got really warm. Yay, spring! So people are very happy. It's not cold anymore. But during 1 week, all of a sudden it got cold, just like winter. So we call it 꽃샘추위. It's because the coldness, 추위, coldness, the winter, is jealous of the flowers. So, well, in the spring, it got warm and flowers started bloom and coldness was about to leave, then they saw flowers. I'm jealous, and they come back. That's why we call 꽃샘추위, and it's last cold spell. So if you visit Korea in March, be careful. There is a very cold period. It's depending on the year. It changes every year, so I don't know the exact date. But you might need to bring your winter clothes for this period. Next, we have yellow dust. So there is a big, huge desert in China, and the yellow dust comes from there. And 황사, we call 황사. Yeah, 황사 exists like thousands of years. So 황사 in Korea, in spring, by the way. 황 means yellow and 사 means sand. So it's yellow dust or yellow sand. 황사. So if you are worried about this, you can wear mask. 황사. And we have another problem with the air in spring. We often have fine dust. Fine dust is 미세먼지. 미세 means fine or little, very small. And 먼지 means dust. So usually 미세먼지 is worse during the springtime. So, well, bring your mask. That's the solution. But yeah, I hope when you visit Korea, the weather will be good and there will be no fine dust or yellow dust. By the way, 미세먼지 and 황사 are worse on some days. That doesn't mean that every single day there are 황사 and every single day there is 미세먼지. So it depends on the day. So good luck. Here's the last question. What are some tips to know for visiting Korea in spring? First advice for you. Dress in layers. 옷을 여러 겹 입으세요. 옷을 여러 겹 입으세요. 옷 means clothes. 을 is object marking particle. 여러 means many. And 겹 means layers. So 여러 겹 means many layers. 입으세요 means please wear, please put on. So dress in layers in Korean is 옷을 여러 겹 입으세요. Now you understand why, right? So there are some periods which is very cold. And also the temperature is between 10 to 20 degrees. And I think it's very tricky. If it's like 20 degrees, well, it's warm, but if it's around 10 degrees, you feel cold. So you need to wear in layers. Second advice is 짠! 꽃 개화 정보를 확인하세요. 꽃 개화 정보를 확인하세요. So check for information on flower blooms. 꽃 means flowers. Now you know the meaning. I repeated many times today. And 개화 means bloom, bloom. And 정보 means information. 를 object marking particle. 확인하세요 means please check. So please check for the information on flower blooms. It's because in Korea, there are many flowers bloom in spring. We don't know when flower bloom on exactly. And also, there are many festivals, so you need to check the date. And imagine you want to see lots of 벚꽃. 벚꽃 is cherry blossoms because there are many cherry blossom festivals, cherry blossoms in Korea. And if you don't check the date or the weather information well, you might be missing the most beautiful moment. So make sure to check. You can check the news on Google News, or you can check Instagram. A lot of Korean people travel in Korea and they upload the post. I went to this festival today and it was full bloom, or it was a little bloom. They will share the information on Instagram. So I think it's good to check the Instagram and check hashtags. Another advice, as I mentioned, 황사와 미세먼지를 조심하세요. 황사와 미세먼지를 조심하세요. Watch out for yellow dust and fine dust. Not good, but 황사, yellow dust, 미세먼지, fine dust. Between 황사 and 미세먼지, there is 와, right? 와 means and. 를 object marking particle. 조심하세요. 조심하세요. It means please watch out or please be careful. So 황사와 미세먼지를 조심하세요. Watch out for yellow dust and fine dust and bring a mask. 마스크를 가져가세요. 마스크를 가져가세요. Last advice is this. Please try spring food. 봄철 음식을 먹어보세요. 봄철 음식을 먹어보세요. 봄, spring, and 철 means season. So 봄철 means spring season, and 음식 means food. 을, object marking particle. 먹어보세요. It means please try eating. So it literally means please try eating spring season food. Yes, there are some seasonal food in Korean restaurants, and try the spring food because, well, usually the spring food has good nutrition, and also you can only try them only in spring. So try it. And I love spring food. They are very different. That's it for this lesson. Today, I answered 3 questions about spring travel tips in Korea. If you have any other questions, click the link in the description or go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. Thanks for watching. I'm Kjin and I'll see you on koreanclass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요. Hi everyone. Welcome to Ask Kjin. My name is Kjin. 안녕하세요, Kjin입니다. In this series, I'll answer your Korean questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know by clicking the link in the description. Or you can go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. So ask me any questions. Today I picked questions related to summer travel tips in Korea. Here's the first question from Martin. Thank you, Martin. What is the weather like in the summer in Korea? In Korea, in short, it's hot. Let me show you how are the temperatures. So let's look at Seoul. Seoul here is the capital of Korea. It's located here, quite north side of South Korea. So Seoul. The highest temperature is 29 degrees. 29도예요. 29 degrees 도예요. 29도예요. By the way, as you can see here, is Celsius. In Korea, we don't use Fahrenheit, so please be careful. If you say, oh, it's like 80 degrees, then Korean people are like, wow, it's extreme. So be careful. So it's 29 degrees and it's highest temperature. And the lowest temperature is 22 degrees. So, well, it's pretty hot. And also, please remember, in Korea, the summer is between June, 6월 is June, and 8월, August. And this is the average temperature of 7월, July. So, 짠. So that means June is, well, less hot than this. And in August, 8월 is hotter than this. Okay, so let's look at Daejeon now. Daejeon, do you see here? Daejeon. Yes, this city is in the middle of Korea. So between Seoul and Busan. Busan, the second biggest city. So 짠. When you look at this, actually, Daejeon is hotter than Seoul. So it's 30 degrees. 30도예요. And the lowest temperature in July is 21 degrees. Is, by the way, lowest temperature is 최저 기온 in Korean. And highest temperature is 최고 기온. So now you can say the temperature of Busan here, Busan in Korean. 최고 기온은 28도예요. The highest temperature is 28 degrees. 최저 기온은 22도예요. The lowest temperature is 22 degrees. And 제주, you don't see here, but this should be located around here. So yes, it's the biggest island in Korea. And 짠 is 29 degrees. 최고 기온은 29도예요. 최저 기온은 23도예요. And also, do you see this? It rains a lot. So it rains 13 days, 16 days. So half of the time is rainy. So make sure to bring your umbrella if you visit Korea in July and also June. And 짠, Korea is pretty hot, isn't it? Here's the second question from Irene. Thank you, Irene. Is summer a good season to travel to Korea? For this kind of question, I always say yes and no. And personally, I don't like hot weather, so no to me. But there are a lot of interesting things in the summer, so let's talk about it. So I put this first. 짠! So there are some bad things in the summer in Korea. One of the things is 장마. Do you see this? 장마. So it's a rainy season in Korea, and it lasts around 2 or 3 weeks between June and July. And well, the dates are different every year, so I don't know every year, but between June and July, there are some seasons that rains a lot. But it doesn't mean that it rains heavily. It rains often. But it's not a heavy rain, so even if you visit Korea during June and July, well, you should be okay, so don't worry. But during this season, of course, it's humid. And next bad thing about summer in Korea is, well, as I just mentioned, it's humid in Korean. That is 습해요. So this is a sentence. So 습해요. So be careful if you just put your some food on the table for a few days, it might get molted. Next, yes, in summer, after the rainy season, of course it's hot. 더워요 is hot. And if you don't like the hot weather, well, it's not a best country to travel because it's hot and humid. So, well, it's all up to you. So I visited many countries in the summer, such as the tropical countries like Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, or like France, Canada, States. And I found that the big difference is the humidity. So I don't think Korea is as humid as Philippines or Malaysia or Singapore or Taiwan, but it's definitely more humid than Canada, France, and Spain. So If you want to experience that, come visit us. But of course, there are a lot of interesting festivals and events in Korea in the summer. There are a lot of things you can enjoy. John, one thing that I want to introduce and recommend is this festival. 보령 머드 축제. 보령 머드 축제. 짠. 보령 is the name of the city and 머드 is from the English word. This mud. And 축제 means festival. So 보령 머드 축제. 보령 머드 축제. So it's a popular, very, very popular festival in Korea. And now you can guess what it is, right? So there are lots of mud. And you play lots of games and you just enjoy this mud. And did you know that this 보령 mud, so mud from this 보령 city is very good for your skin. So using this mud from 보령 city, we make lots of cosmetic like creams or like a lot of like facial masks or many things, many cosmetic stuff. So after you enjoy these festivals, actually you will feel like, oh, my skin is smoother. So check it out if you want to experience that. That's 보령 머드 축제, and it's very popular. And this festival is happening, I think, in the summer every year. Yes, every year. Next festival that I want to introduce is this 제천 국제 음악 영화제. The name is long. 제천 국제 음악 영화제. This 제천 is name of the city. So 보령 that I just mentioned is around like this. And 제천 festival that I'm going to mention is 짜자잔 located here, around here. Yes. So yes, 제천, the name of the city. And 국제 means international. So international, 국제. 음악 means music. And 영화 means movie or film. And 제 is from festival. So in English, it's just 제천 International Music and Film Festival. So here, actually, you can enjoy a lot of music, songs, music from lots of films. So if you are interested, check it out. Next festival that I want to introduce is this. 통영 한산 대첩축제. 통영 한산 대첩축제. So where is 통영? 통영 is around here, near Busan. So if you visit Busan, well, 통영 can be another city that you can easily visit. And now, 한산 대첩. So 한산 is just the name of the battle. 대첩 is a great battle. It was a big battle that happens 100 years ago. And 축제 is festival. So as you can see here, during this festival, they show you this 한산 대첩, great battle of 한산. They demonstrate it like this. Do you know the most popular general in Korea? You can find his face behind the 101 coin in Korea. So there you can find 이순신 장군님. 이순신, 이 family name and 순신 is his name. So 이순신 장군. 장군 means general and 님 is just like kind of like Mr. It shows my respect. So we say 이순신 장군님. So he fought with Japanese armies because Japan invaded Korea like hundreds of years ago, and he had some like this kind of battles and he never lost. So he become really great, popular, famous general in Korea. And 짠, this is the great battle that he did. 짠, 통영 한산 대첩축제. And also, if you want to visit the beach in Korea, this is the most popular, most crowded beach in Korea, which is 해운대. 해운대. Yes, it's 해운대 Beach, and it's located in Busan, the second biggest city in Korea. So check it out. There are lots of events and like lots of things there. It's not just a quiet beach that you can enjoy your the time with your friends quietly. It's not like that. It's more like crazy party. So if you want to enjoy that, yes, Busan 해운대. Another popular beach in Korea is Ulwangni. Ulwangni. This is popular is simply because it's close to Seoul, the capital of Korea. So Ulwangni. So you will find lots of university students there. And I also went to Ulwangni with my university friends before. So Ulwangni 해수욕장. Ulwangni is the name of the place. 해수욕장 means beach. Next, 협재 해수욕장. 협재 해수욕장. So it's 협재 beach. So 협재. You can find this 협재 해수욕장 in Jeju Island. Remember the Jeju Island located in South Korea, and it is the biggest island in Korea. There you can see this beautiful sea. 협재 해수욕장. Here's the last question from Sasha. Thank you, Sasha. What are some tips to know for visiting Korea in summer? First advice. 더운 날씨에 대비하세요. 더운 날씨에 대비하세요. It means prepare for the hot weather. 더운 means hot. 날씨 means weather. So 더운 날씨 means hot weather. And 에 대비하세요. 에 대비하세요 means prepare for. Please prepare for is 에 대비하세요. So please prepare for the hot weather because it's hot. A lot of Korean people bring this kind of small electronic fan. So it's called 손풍기. 손 means hand and 풍기 is from 선풍기. 풍기. So it literally means hand fan or portable fan. 휴대용 선풍기. So yes, you will see these so commonly. So if you feel hot, you can easily buy one from Korea or you can bring one from your country. So be careful, it's hot. So 짠, stay hydrated. Yes. 수분을 충분히 섭취하세요. 수분을 충분히 섭취하세요. 수분 means like water. 을, object marking particle. 충분히 means enough. And 섭취하세요 means consume or take. So take enough water. Stay hydrated. 수분을 충분히 섭취하세요. It's very important, especially when it's hot. And now carry light cardigan or anything is okay. Any light jacket is because it's hot. So in a lot of buildings, we use air conditioning. So you might feel cold. So 얇은 가디건을 가져가세요. 얇은 가디건을 가져가세요. 얇은, it means light. And 가디건, well, as you can guess, is from the English word directly. Cardigan in Korean is 가디건. 가디건, 을, object marking particle. 가져가세요. It means please take or please bring your own light cardigan. 얇은 가디건을 가져가세요. So inside the building, when you feel cold, you can put on the cardigan. And last thing is try summer food. 여름철 음식을 먹어보세요. 여름철 음식을 먹어보세요. 여름 means summer and 철 means season. So summer season is 여름철. And 음식 means food in general. And 을, object marking particle. And 먹어보세요 먹어보세요. 먹 is from 먹다, to eat. And 보세요 means try. So it literally means try eating summer season food or try summer food. So yes, there are some kinds of food that you can only try. You can only eat in the summer in Korea. For example, like this, 냉면. As you can see here, these are all ice. So it's very cold. 냉면 means cold noodles and it's perfect for the summer. But actually, 냉면 is getting more and more popular, so you can even eat it in the winter these days. But still, it's the best to eat it in the summer. So try many summer food in Korea. That will be really fun. That's it for this lesson. Today I answered 3 questions about summer travel tips in Korea. If you have any other questions, click the link in the description or go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. Thanks for watching. I'm Kjin and I'll see you on koreanclass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요. Hi everyone. Welcome to Ask Kjin. My name is Kjin. 안녕하세요, Kjin입니다. In this series, I'll answer your Korean questions. So if you have any questions, please let me know by clicking the link in the description. Or you can go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. So ask me any questions. Today, I picked questions related to politeness levels in Korean. This is most common question actually. A lot of people ask me about the politeness levels in Korean because, well, not all the languages have this concept. So before introducing some questions, let me explain politeness levels in Korean quickly. So there are three big politeness levels. First, the most common thing is standard politeness level. So what does it mean, standard politeness level? So basically, do you remember how to say hello in Korean? Hello. That's 안녕하세요, right? Some sentences ending with 요 are mostly categorized as this, standard politeness level. So basically, standard form is most common way to say some things. And second is polite enough to use it to strangers or some people who are older than you. So standard politeness level is the thing that you must learn first. And there are other politeness levels too. With this informal politeness level, you can talk to your close friends that you've been knowing for a long time and you are at a similar age. And you can use this informal politeness level with your family members or really close people. And the other one is formal politeness level. So as you can guess, it's a formal level. So you can use it in business situation, at workplace, or when you talk to someone formally, maybe to your professors or you are having a presentation. So for this, I will recommend you to study this first, standard politeness level. And if you are young, I would say if you are a students, informal politeness level will be very useful, especially when you talk with your Korean friends. Formal politeness level is very important if you work in Korea. So you can use this formal level to your boss. So how can you use this form? Let's look at these levels together. Here's the first question from Hakim. Thank you, Hakim. What is the standard polite ending? 아, 어, 여, 요. Okay, so if you learn the present tense in Korean, 짜잔, maybe you're familiar with this, right? 짠. So basically, to use this politeness level, usually you need some like tense, that is present tense. Present tense, so polite present tense or formal present tense, informal present tense. But let's look at the polite present tense, standard polite present tense. So this is the most important thing. So if you are not familiar with this, please take a screenshot and study it memorize it because this is one of the most important grammar in Korean. So let's look at the first one. If the last vowel of the stem is a or o, then you use stem plus ayo. It sounds hard, right? But actually it's not hard at all. So let's look at some example. 살다. Do you know what this means? This means to live. I live in Korea. You live in the States. You live in Spain. So 살다, 살다, to live. So first, let's get the stem. Let's get the stem. What is a stem? It's very simple. Korean verb and adjective always ends with 다 in the dictionary. So in the dictionary form, it's 살다. It's always ending with 다, but I don't need 다. You only have 살. 살 is the stem. Again, Korean verb and adjective always ends with 다, 다. So remove 다, and the left part is the stem. So 살, 살. Okay, so let's look at this. The last vowel of the stem is a or o. What does it mean? So let's look at the last vowel. 사, a. Basically, it consists of these three parts, right? This is s. This is a. This is 으. So all together, the pronunciation is like 살, 살, 살. So there's just one vowel here. What is the last vowel? Just one vowel, last vowel. It's a sound, right? It does contain this a sound, a sound. The last vowel of the stem is a sound. So you need to use 아요, 아요. Okay, as in 살아요. That's it. It means I live. So in Korean, you can never use the dictionary form. Well, there are some cases, but when we speak normally, we don't use the dictionary form. Dictionary form is used for something else, but it's not a normal case, so I'll just skip that explanation, but like this. 살아요, it means I live, you live, he lives, she lives, we live, they live. So 살아요, 살아요. There's no subject, so I don't know if it's I, you, they. I have no idea, but 살아요, 살아요 means I live, I live. I have another example. Let's use this. Oops, 알아요, 알아요. It means I know, because the original form is 알다, to know in a dictionary form. Again, 알 is a stem, so you just put 아요 because this 알 contains of a sound, right? 알, this a sound. So you need to use 아요. Let's look at the second one. If the last vowel of the stem is not a or o, then you use 어요. What does it mean? It's very simple. 짠, you have this word. 먹다, 냠냠냠, to eat. 먹다. Okay, so it's 먹다. So what is a stem? Stem is simple. Always just remove 다. And now you have 먹. 먹 is the stem. Let's break down. 먹 is consists of these three parts, and is M sound, kind of like M. It's O sound. It's kind of K sound. It's not exactly K sound, but well, in English I cannot describe it, so I try to find the most similar sound, which is kind of like K. So it's 먹. By the way, it's not 먹, it's 먹. So yes, what is the last vowel? Well, actually there's just one vowel, which is O sound. Oh, this is not a or o. It's not a or o. So you need to use 어요, as in 먹어요. It means I eat. I eat. So this is polite. So you can use it. Some other people, I eat yogurt for my breakfast every day. Like that. How about this? 울어요. Why did I use 어요 here? 어요? Because let's look at the stem. Basically, the original form, the dictionary form was 울다, to cry. What's the stem? is 울, 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 울. So it consists of these three parts. It includes u sound, right? U. It's not a, it's not o, it's u, u, u. So I'm using 어요, 어요, 어요. Okay, now let's look at the third one. It's very simple. It's very simple. So if the verb or adjective ends in 하다, 하다, then it's simple. Replace 하다 with 해요. 하다 with 해요. For example, 공부해. I was about to give you the answer, but 하다. 공부하다, it means to study. To study. Now replace 하다 with 해요. It means I study, they study, we study, he or she studies. So 공부해요. 공부해요. How about this? 행복하다. 행복하다. Replace 하다 with 해요. It means I'm happy, you are happy, they are happy, we are happy, she's happy, he's happy. So 행복해요. 행복해요. So it's polite. So you can use it mostly safely. Not all the time actually, but mostly safely. So when you learn Korean, start from this standard politeness level, this yo form when you learn it. Okay, please remember this. Here's the second question from Rosa. Thank you, Rosa. What is the informal ending? 아, 어, 여. Okay, now let's look at this chart for informal present tense. So I think now you're familiar with this, right? Yes, basically the rules are exactly same between the standard politeness level and this informal politeness level. There's just no you at the end. Just remove you at the end. So it's very simple. Let's look at some examples together. Okay, first we have this 보다, 보다, meaning to see, to watch, to look. So, what is the stem here? Stem is simple. It's only 보, right? So remove 다 because 다 is not part of stem. 보, 보, 보 consists of 보, 오. It contains the O sound, right? O, 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 this O sound here. Okay, since it contains the O sound, the last vowel is O sound, I'm going to use 아, as in 보아. For example, my friend is asking, hey Keijin, what are you doing? I can say, I'm watching a movie now. 영화 보아, 영화 보아. 영화 means movie. 보아 means I watch. So I'm watching movie. 영화 보아. And this can be shortened as 영화 보아. 보아. 보아 is the original form, but when you pronounce it quickly, it becomes like 보아, right? 보아, 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 보아. So it can be shortened as this. So if you want to say it politely, as we just learned, you can put 요 at the end. 요. 영화 봐요. 영화 봐요. or 영화 보아요. Which one is more common? Definitely the shortened form is more common. Either 영화 봐 or 영화 봐요. Always the shortened form is more common. It's simply because it's easier to pronounce and it's short. Let's look at the second one. I have this example. How about, I'm now thinking some good example. 웃다. To laugh is 웃다. What is the stem? Now you are professional, you're expert, right? 웃 is the stem. 다 is not part of it, so remove it. 웃. It consists of 웃. Oh, what is the stem here? Stem is U sound, right? U. Oh, it's not A, it's not U, so I need to use O here. So, 웃어. So, 웃어 means I laugh, you laugh. He laughs, she laughs, we laughs. In Korean, we often omit the subject if it's understood in the context. So, for example, my friends ask me, oh, so whenever you talk about scores to your mom, what does she react? Or what does she say? Oh, she just laughs. Maybe my score is so bad. Oh, she just laughs. 웃어, 웃어. I'm talking with my friends now, so I'm using this 짠, 웃어, this informal ending. But if I want to speak with another person, maybe my neighbor, but I don't have to be too formal to my neighbor, right? So it's informal. But still, I need to be polite because we are not friends and maybe the neighbors are much older than me. So I can put you at the end. What does your mom said about your scores from school? I just say, 아, 웃어요. She laughs. Okay, now let's look at the last one. Last one is simple, right? So if the verb or adjective ends in 하다, for example, 운동하다, to exercise. 운동하다, 운동하다. Replace 하다 with 해. That's it. 운동해. So my friends are asking me, or my family member is asking me, my brother is asking me, hey Keijin, what do you do at 2 p.m. on Sunday? Something like that. So I said, oh, I usually exercise. I exercise. It's 운동해, 운동해. I don't have to be too polite to my brother, so I'm just using this informal present tense. 운동해, I exercise. 운동해. So this is very simple, I would say. If you're familiar with polite present tense, so if you know the polite present tense, this will be super simple. It's almost the same. Just remove 요 at the end. Here's the last question from Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. What is the formal ending? 씁니다. 짠! Here's the chart for formal present tense, formal ending. It's simpler than previous one, so good. Okay, so let's look at some example. I have this word for you, 오다. So you come to school, so come to some place. So 오다, 오다, to come. So 오다, 오다, what is the stem? Now you are very good at this, right? It's 오, 오, 오. So 오, oh, it consists of this sound. 오, 오, 오. It ends with vowel sound, right? If the stem ends in a vowel sound, vowel, then you use plus 피웁니다. 짠. Do you see this? And actually, these two sounds can be combined as in 옵니다, 옵니다. So for example, you can say snow comes, rain comes. I know in English you have a verb like to snow, to rain. But in Korean, we don't have to snow or to rain. We say rain comes, or snow comes. So you can say 눈이 옵니다 or 비가 옵니다. 눈, snow, 이 particle, 옵니다 means come. So 눈이 옵니다 means snow comes. And 비 means rain. And 가 particle, 옵니다 means come. So 비가 옵니다 means rain comes. It rains. It snows. So maybe you can talk with your colleagues or your professors, your bosses, managers, or someone who is higher social status than you. Or even if they are not a very, very high position, some people use this 니다 ending just to be polite. This 니다 ending is more commonly used by men. So I personally use 요 form more often because it sounds more friendly. But I know there are some guys are really, really formal and polite. They use 니다 form whenever they talk with some people who are higher social status or older than them. So 눈이 옵니다. Oh, it snows. Look at the window. 눈이 옵니다. It snows. Or 비가 옵니다. It rains. And let's look at the second example. 짠! So now I have same example. 웃다. 웃다, 웃다. So now I want to say someone laughs or someone is laughing. How can you use this ending? It's simple. It's 웃습니다. It's because 웃다 is the original form, but stem is 웃, 웃, 우, 우, 우. 짠, like this. It ends with consonant. If it ends with vowel sound like 우, then I need to use 비읍 here. But it ends with consonant like this, so you need to use 씁니다, 씁니다, 웃습니다. Let's try another example that we learned. Do you remember 먹다, 냠냠? So get the stem, 먹, and just put 씁니다. Simple, right? So please look if it ends with a vowel or consonant, if there is any 받침, the final consonant, or not. And last one is kind of exception. The stem ends in consonant 리을, 리을. For example, do you remember this example? 살다, 살다. And your boss is asking you, so where do you live? Where do you live? So imagine you're living in 서울, 서울. Then you can answer this. 서울에 삽니다. How does it become 삽니다, 삽니다, right? So basically, originally 살다, 살다. So what's the stem? Stem is 사, 아, 알. Yes, but this 리을 is an exception. So if stem ends with consonant 리을, just remove 리을, 리을. Then it's only 사, right? 사. 살 becomes 사, 사. 살 becomes 사. So 사 becomes 짠니다, 삽니다. So this 사 and 비읍 are combined because once you take out 리을 sound, it becomes 사, which ends in a vowel sound, right? It ends with vowel, vowel, ends with vowel. So you need to use this 비읍니다, 비읍니다. So if stem ends with 리을, always replace 리을 with 비읍니다. Let's look at another example because it's an exception. Remember 울다, to cry. So now stem is 울, 울. Now you just need to replace 울, 리을, 리을 with 비읍, right? Just 비읍, replace it as in 웁니다, 웁니다. Or do you know this word? 만들다, meaning you make. You can make pizza, you can make anything. 만들다. What is the stem? 만들, 만들. And replace the last 리을 with 비읍, as in 만듭니다, 만듭니다. There was 리을 at the end, right? Just replace it with 비읍 at the end and put 니다, 만듭니다. I make, I make. So for example, you went to some presentation or some meeting and the client is asking you, so what do you make? What do you make in your company? So you can say, oh, we make some tools. 만듭니다, 만듭니다. We make. Okay. So these are also important, also important. So you will need to memorize it. First, remember the yo form and next, study this. That's it for this lesson. Today, I answered 3 questions about politeness levels in Korean. If you have any other questions, click the link in the description or go to koreanclass101.com/ask-Kjin. Thanks for watching. I'm Kjin and I'll see you on koreanclass101.com. 다음 시간에 봐요.
Hi everybody, my name is Yoon. Welcome to the 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series. Each lesson will help you learn new words, practice, and review what you've learned. Okay, let's get started. First is Beijing, 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 배, 이, 징, 베이징. 중국의 수도인 베이징은 북경이라고도 불립니다. Beijing, capital of the People's Republic of China, is also called Peking. 중국의 수도인 베이징은 북경이라고도 불립니다. 런던, 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 런, 던, 런던. 런던은 잉글랜드와 영국의 수도입니다. London is the capital of England and the United Kingdom. 런던은 잉글랜드와 영국의 수도입니다. 파리, Paris, 파리, 파리, Paris. 파리는 프랑스의 수도이자 가장 큰 도시입니다. The capital and largest city in France is Paris. 파리는 프랑스의 수도이자 가장 큰 도시입니다. 베를린, Berlin, 베를린, 베를린, Berlin. 독일의 수도는 베를린입니다. The capital city of Germany is Berlin. 독일의 수도는 베를린입니다. 뉴욕, 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 뉴욕. 미국 뉴욕주의 가장 큰 도시는 뉴욕이다. New York City is the largest city in the state of New York. 미국 뉴욕주의 가장 큰 도시는 뉴욕이다. 로마, Rome, 로마, 로마, Rome. 로마는 이탈리아의 수도이자 가장 큰 도시입니다. The largest city and capital of Italy is Rome. 로마는 이탈리아의 수도이자 가장 큰 도시입니다. 모스크바, Moscow, 모스크바, 모스크바, Moscow. 러시아의 수도이자 가장 큰 도시는 모스크바입니다. The largest city in Russia is Moscow, its capital. 러시아의 수도이자 가장 큰 도시는 모스크바입니다. 표, ticket, 표, 표, ticket. 기차표, train ticket. 기차표, 왕복, round trip, 왕복, 왕복, round trip. 왕복 티켓, round trip ticket. 왕복 티켓. 급행열차, express train. 급행열차, 급행열차, express train. 철로 위에 있는 급행열차, express train on the tracks. 철로 위에 있는 급행열차, Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. First, you will hear a word or phrase in English. Respond in Korean, then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say Beijing? Beijing. Beijing. And how to say London? London. London. What about Paris? Paris. Paris. Do you remember how to say Berlin? Berlin. Berlin. Let's try New York. New York. New York. What about Rome? Roma. Roma. Now, let's see if you remember how to say Moscow. 모스크바. 모스크바. Another one. What about ticket? 표. 표. Do you remember how to say round trip? 왕복. 왕복. And finally, do you remember how to say express train? 급행열차. 급행열차. Well done. See you next time. 잘 가요. Hi everybody, my name is Yun. Welcome to the 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series. Each lesson will help you learn new words, practice, and review what you've learned. Okay, let's get started. First is 보통 열차, local train. 보통 열차, 보통 열차, local train. 승강장에 있는 보통 열차. Local train at the platform. 승강장에 있는 보통 열차. 시간표. timetable. 시간표. 시간표. timetable. 시간표를 확인하다. Check the timetable. 시간표를 확인하다. 표검사. Ticket inspection. 표검사. 표검사. Ticket inspection. 각 역에서 표검사를 하니까 표를 잘 가지고 있으세요. Keep your ticket handy for a ticket inspection at each stop. 각 역에서 표 검사를 하니까 표를 잘 가지고 있으세요. 개찰구. ticket gate. 개찰구. 개찰구. ticket gate. 전자개찰구. electronic ticket gate. 전자개찰구. 승강장. platform. 승강장. 승강장. platform. 기차 승강장. train platform. 기차 승강장. 티켓 발매기. 티켓 머신. 티켓 발매기. 티켓 발매기. 티켓 머신. 티켓 발매기가 고장났습니다. The ticket machine is broken. 티켓 발매기가 고장 났습니다. 매표소. ticket booth. 매표소. 매표소. ticket booth. 빈 매표소. empty ticket booth. 빈 매표소. 인쇄하다. print. 인쇄하다. 인쇄하다. print. 문서를 인쇄하다. print a document. 문서를 인쇄하다. 출판하다. publish. 출판하다. 출판하다. publish. 책을 출판하다. publish a book. 책을 출판하다. pamphlet. 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 팸플릿을 나누어 주다. hand out a pamphlet. 팸플릿을 나누어 주다. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. First, you will hear a word or phrase in English. Respond in Korean, then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say local train? 보통 열차. 보통 열차. And how to say timetable? 시간표. 시간표. What about ticket inspection? 표검사. 표검사. Do you remember how to say ticket gate? 개찰구. 개찰구. Let's try platform. 승강장. 승강장. What about ticket machine? 티켓 발매기. 티켓 발매기. Now, let's see if you remember how to say ticket booth. 매표소. 매표소. Another one. What about print? 인쇄하다. 인쇄하다. Do you remember how to say publish? 출판하다. 출판하다. And finally, do you remember how to say pamphlet? pamphlet. pamphlet. Well done! See you next time! 잘 가요!
Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
환자복으로 갈아입으세요. 그리고 진찰대 위에 누우세요. 여기에 누우면 돼요? 네, 거기에 누우세요. 21번 깊게 쉬세요. 이렇게요? 네, 잘 하셨어요. 한 번 더 해주세요. 이제 됐어요. 일어나세요. 알겠습니다. 이제 팔을 올려주세요. 이렇게요?
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
깊게,
Deep, deeply,
깊게, 깊게. 팔,
arm,
팔, 팔. 올리다,
to raise, to increase,
올리다, 올리다. 환자,
patient,
환자, 환자. 쉬다,
to breathe,
쉬다, 쉬다. 숨,
breath,
숨, 숨. 복,
clothing, clothes,
복, 복. 위에,
on top of, up, above,
위에, 위에. 갈아입다,
to change, clothes,
갈아입다, 갈아입다. 눕다,
to lie down,
눕다, 눕다.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
환자복으로 갈아입으세요. 그리고 진찰대 위에 누우세요. 여기에 누우면 돼요? 네, 거기에 누우세요. 21번 깊게 쉬세요. 이렇게요? 네, 잘 하셨어요. 한 번 더 해주세요. 이제 됐어요. 일어나세요. 알겠습니다. 이제 팔을 올려주세요. 이렇게요?
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary, followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
독감에 걸린 것 같아요.
독감이요? 그러면 어떻게 하죠?
따뜻한 물을 많이 드시고 피곤하지 않게 푹 쉬세요.
네, 알겠습니다.
그리고 이 약을 하루에 2번씩 드세요.
2번이요? 알겠습니다.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
쉬다,
To rest.
쉬다, 쉬다. 하루,
Day.
하루, 하루. 물,
Water.
물, 물. 독감,
Influenza. Flu.
독감, 독감. 약,
Medicine.
약, 약. 번,
Counter for the number of times.
번, 번. 씩,
By. 1 by 1. 2 by 2, etc.
씩, 씩. 따뜻하다,
To be warm.
따뜻하다, 따뜻하다. 걸리다,
To take.
걸리다, 걸리다. 피곤하다,
To be tired.
피곤하다, 피곤하다.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
독감에 걸린 것 같아요.
독감이요? 그러면 어떻게 하죠?
따뜻한 물을 많이 드시고 피곤하지 않게 푹 쉬세요.
네, 알겠습니다.
그리고 이 약을 하루에 2번씩 드세요.
2번이요? 알겠습니다.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
안녕하세요. 어디까지 모셔다 드릴까요? 안녕하세요. 시청으로 가주세요. 시청이요? 알겠습니다. 여기서 직진해서 우회전 하세요. 좌회전이요? 아니요, 우회전 해주세요. 네, 여기서 세워드릴까요? 네, 감사합니다. 택시 요금은 현금으로 낼게요.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
시청,
City Hall.
시청, 시청. 회전,
Rotate. Turn.
회전, 회전. 세우다,
To hail, to call, to stop.
세우다, 세우다. 직진,
To go straight, to drive straight.
직진, 직진. 모시다,
To take someone to a place. Honorific.
모시다, 모시다. 내다,
To turn in, to pay.
내다, 내다. 우,
Right.
우, 우. 택시,
Taxi.
택시, 택시. 좌,
Left.
좌, 좌. 요금,
Fee. Fare. Price.
요금, 요금.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
안녕하세요. 어디까지 모셔다 드릴까요? 안녕하세요. 시청으로 가주세요. 시청이요? 알겠습니다. 여기서 직진해서 우회전 하세요. 좌회전이요? 아니요, 우회전 해주세요. 네, 여기서 세워드릴까요? 네, 감사합니다. 택시 요금은 현금으로 낼게요.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. Are you struggling to understand conversations in your target language? This video will improve your listening skills using practice dialogues. How do you know if your language skills are improving? Our team of teachers have designed a free quiz to determine your actual learning level. So click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for you. In this lesson, you'll listen to a dialogue with the text. Second, you'll review the key vocabulary followed by the English translations. And finally, you'll review the dialogue with the text again to master what you learned. First, listen to the dialogue with the text on the screen.
민호 씨, 종묘 보러 같이 갈까요?
종묘요? 몇 시부터 열어요?
9시부터 6시까지 열어요.
어떻게 가야 돼요?
종로 3가에서 만날까요? 거기서 금방 가요. 아참, 입장료는 1,000원이에요.
그러면 입장료는 제가 낼게요. 수진 씨는 밥을 사주세요.
네, 좋아요. 그럼 내일 만나요.
Now you'll hear the key vocabulary, followed by the English translation.
밥을 사주다.
To buy a meal. For someone.
밥을 사주다. 밥을 사주다. 종묘,
종묘.
종묘, 종묘. 금방,
Soon. Shortly.
금방, 금방. 입장,
Entrance. Admission.
입장, 입장. 종로 3가,
종로 3가.
종로 3가, 종로 3가. 보다,
To see. To look at. To watch.
보다, 보다. 입장료,
Entrance fee.
입장료, 입장료. 만나다,
To meet.
만나다, 만나다.
Finally, let's review the dialogue again. See if you can understand more this time.
민호 씨, 종묘 보러 같이 갈까요?
종묘요? 몇 시부터 열어요?
9시부터 6시까지 열어요.
어떻게 가야 돼요?
종로 3가에서 만날까요? 거기서 금방 가요. 아참, 입장료는 1,000원이에요.
그러면 입장료는 제가 낼게요. 수진 씨는 밥을 사주세요.
네, 좋아요. 그럼 내일 만나요.
This is the end of the lesson. In this lesson, you improved your listening and mastered key vocabulary for everyday life conversation. Don't forget to click the link in the description to get your free assessment and unlock lessons that are right for your learning level. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Welcome to Korean Top Words. 안녕하세요, 케이준입니다. In this lesson, you will learn key Korean vocabulary related to modes of transportation. And you will also learn a secret about subway seats in South Korea at the end of this video. Let's get started. 기차, train. 기차, 기차. 몇 시 기차예요? 3시요. By the way, do you know the fastest train in Korea? That's KTX. In Korean pronunciation is KTX. Yes, we use the English word directly. So from Seoul to Busan, you can go in 2 hours. That's awesome, isn't it? 비행기, airplane. 비행기, 비행기. 비행기가 언제 도착해요? 오후 4시예요. When you arrive in Korea, you probably arrive in 인천공항 first. 인천공항, it means Incheon Airport, Incheon International Airport. And did you know that Incheon Airport provides you free, fast internet? So before going to Seoul, you can check all the information for free, fast. 버스, bus, 버스, 버스. 이 버스 공항에 가요? 아니요, 이 버스가 아니에요. By the way, do you know T-money card? T-money card. T is from transport, transportation. Money, money. Card, card. So basically, it's a Korean transportation card. T-money card. And if you have this card, it's super useful. You can take a bus, subway easily. So if you visit Korea, don't forget to get one in the airport. Yes, you can get it in the airport easily. 택시, taxi, 택시, 택시. 피곤하죠? 택시를 불러요. 알겠어요. 지금 부를게요. So, when you arrive in the Incheon airport, you have several ways to go to Seoul. And one of the ways, taxi. And you thought, wow, taxi is super expensive, right? Well, that's why I couldn't take a taxi in other countries. But in Korea, don't worry, the taxi is not so expensive. So, for example, if you go to Myeongdong, where you can do amazing shopping in Seoul, Well, it just takes $35 roughly. It's not so expensive, right? So a lot of foreigners and tourists use a taxi to travel around in Seoul. 자전거, bicycle. 자전거, 자전거. 자전거로 갈까요? 네, 좋아요. Korea is a safe country, so a lot of people put their laptop or wallet on their desk, on their table. They sit on the chair in the cafe and they go to the toilet. And when they come back, everything is here. But did you know that your bicycle is not as safe as other stuff in Korea? So it can be stolen easily. So make sure to lock it up. 차, car. 차, 차. 민규 씨, 차 있어요? 네, 있어요. Oh, I envy 민규. He has a car and I don't. I don't have a license. And did you know that in Korea we have this word? 카푸어. 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 Can you guess what it means? It's from an English word. Well, I would say it's a Korean English, Konglish. 카푸어. Car poor. So someone is very poor because they bought an expensive car. Somehow in Korea, more young people are 카푸어 because they want to show off a cool car to other people and they don't have money. 오토바이, motorcycle. 오토바이, 오토바이. 이번 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? 남자친구랑 오토바이를 탈 거예요. 스쿠터, 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 스쿠터. 스쿠터 타는 걸 좋아해요? 네, 그런데 아주 가끔 타요. Be careful. This is not a kickboard that you use in a skate park. This is more like a motorized scooter or moped. So in Korea, scooter is a motorized scooter. Please remember that. 배, boat, 배, 배. 민규 씨, 배가 없어요. 정말요? 어디 갔죠? By the way, 배 has many different meanings. It can be belly, stomach, tummy, or it can also be a fruit pear. And as I mentioned, it can be a boat or ship, cruise ship, so smallest boat to the biggest ship. So you need to see the context carefully. 헬리콥터, helicopter, 헬리콥터, 헬리콥터. 무슨 소리예요? 헬리콥터가 지나가나 봐요. Well, helicopter is not a common mode of transportation in Korea, but I heard K-pop stars and celebrities sometimes use it because they're busy. So, well, I haven't tried it myself, but if you're rich or if someone is rich and they can pay for it, why not? It can be an option for them. 지하철, subway, 지하철, 지하철. 어디예요? 거의 다 왔어요. 방금 지하철에서 내렸어요. Here's a quick cultural tip of 교통약자석 in Korean subway. 교통약자석 means priority seats in Korea. And these seats are for disabled people, old people, and pregnant people. And Korean people tend to not sit there even if the seats are empty. So, well, when you see these seats are empty, just leave them empty because that's what Korean people do. Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say train? 기차. 기차. And how to say airplane? 비행기. 비행기. Do you remember how to say bus? 버스. 버스. And how to say taxi? 택시. 택시. Do you remember how to say bicycle? 자전거. 자전거. And how to say car? 차. 차. Do you remember how to say motorcycle? 오토바이. 오토바이. And how to say scooter? 스쿠터. 스쿠터. Do you remember how to say boat? 배. 배. And how to say helicopter? 헬리콥터. 헬리콥터. Do you remember how to say subway? 지하철. 지하철. Now, I'll tell you the secret about subway seats in South Korea. Some subway cars offer heated seats during the cold winter time. Despite the freezing temperatures outside, you will experience warmth and comfort in the Korean subway. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to practice these new words and see you next time. 다음 시간에 봐요. Cut. Bike. What is this?
Scooter.
Whoa! Oh, I have nothing to talk about 오토바이. So, when you arrive in Korea, in the Korean airport, you have several ways to go to Korea. Oh, not Korea, Seoul. Ship.
You could have continued.
셋이요.
Okay.
Go to another schedule in a hurry. Well, but when you come to Korea, when you arrive, it will, what?
Arrive in Korea.
Listen to the conversation. You'll be tested afterwards.
수진 씨는 몇 시에 일어나요?
저는 6시에 일어나고 7시에 학교에 가요.
그러면 보통 몇 시에 저녁 식사를 먹어요?
5시에 저녁 식사를 먹고 6시에 집에 가요. 민호 씨는 저녁 식사를 언제 먹어요?
저는 8시에 저녁 식사를 먹고 9시에 집에 가요. 수진 씨는 몇 시에 일어나요?
저는 6시에 일어나고 7시에 학교에 가요.
그러면 보통 몇 시에 저녁 식사를 먹어요?
5시에 저녁 식사를 먹고 6시에 집에 가요. 민호 씨는 저녁 식사를 언제 먹어요?
저는 8시에 저녁 식사를 먹고 9시에 집에 가요.
Excellent. Now let's assess your listening skills. Are you ready?
Welcome to Year 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series quiz. Each week, we will release a video teaching you new vocabulary. The following week, you will be given a quiz so you can test your progress. Click the link in the description. Let's learn and review the words for your test. But if you're ready, it's quiz time! 로비 모닝콜 서비스 스위트룸 사이클링 자동차 경주 스코치 테이프 be born get a job die Tokyo. Great job on completing the quiz. If you didn't get 100%, don't worry. Just check out the previous video again to review the expressions we covered. But before you go, we have a free gift that you don't want to miss. Use it to expand your vocabulary. Click the link in the description below to download our Korean ebook with the core 2000 words for daily life situations. Welcome to Year 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series quiz. Each week, we will release a video teaching you new vocabulary. The following week, you will be given a quiz so you can test your progress. Click the link in the description. Let's learn and review the words for your test. But if you're ready, it's quiz time! 베이징, 런던, 파리, 베를린, 뉴욕, 롬, 모스코, 티켓, round trip, express train. Great job on completing the quiz. If you didn't get 100%, don't worry. Just check out the previous video again to review the expressions we covered. But before you go, we have a free gift that you don't want to miss. Use it to expand your vocabulary. Click the link in the description below to download our Korean ebook with the core 2000 words for daily life situations. Welcome to Year 2000 Core Korean Words and Phrases video series quiz. Each week, we will release a video teaching you new vocabulary. The following week, you will be given a quiz so you can test your progress. Click the link in the description. Let's learn and review the words for your test. But if you're ready, it's quiz time! 보통 열차, 시간표, 표감사, 개찰구, 승강장, ticket machine, ticket booth, print, publish, pamphlet. Great job on completing the quiz. If you didn't get 100%, don't worry. Just check out the previous video again to review the expressions we covered. But before you go, we have a free gift that you don't want to miss. Use it to expand your vocabulary. Click the link in the description below to download our Korean ebook with the core 2000 words for daily life situations.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is input versus output and how to learn language faster. Are you getting results from your language learning? You may be spending time on apps, watching YouTube videos, maybe even reading through a textbook, getting all this input. But what about output? Do you know what you're getting out of it? Most learners don't. Stick around. Today you'll discover 1. The other meaning of input versus output, 2. How tracking your input and output helps you learn a language faster, and 3. How to apply this tactic. But first, if you're looking for new free language resources and downloads, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Talking About the Week PDF conversation cheat sheet. Learn how to talk about your plans for the week and how to say the days of the week in the target language. Download this cheat sheet for free. Second, the Daily Conversations infographic ebook. You'll learn over 100 conversational phrases with this new PDF ebook. And third, How to Say Hello PDF writing workbook. With this printable PDF, you'll pick up some common greetings and be able to practice writing them out. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Now to today's topic. Input versus output and how to learn language faster. Part 1. Input versus output. So there are two ways to define input and output. First, from the language learning perspective, input is listening and reading, and output is speaking and writing. The second way to look at it is the effort you put in and the results you get. So input is the time and effort you put into learning the language, like listening to audio lessons for 5 hours a week, and 5 hours is your input, or practicing speaking phrases out loud for 10 minutes a day. And output is the return on the time you invested into the language. In other words, the results. The results could be something like mastering 30 phrases or being able to hold a 3-minute conversation as a result of your input. And that's the input and output we want to focus on today, the time put in and the results you get from the time put in. Part 2. How tracking your input and output helps you learn a language faster. If you take a look around, most learners do a ton of info with studying, right? They read textbooks, they watch videos on YouTube, they spend hours on apps, but they have no measurable results or return on their time invested. If someone told you that they've read 200 pages of a textbook, which is a lot of input, can they place a specific number on their results? Can they say, I learned 1,000 words, or I can handle 20 minutes of conversation as a result of reading 200 pages? Probably not. So most learners don't know because most learners don't measure their input or their output. However, if you knew that listening to 1 hour of audio lessons a week resulted in being able to hold a 3-minute conversation, now you know what results you're getting from your work. And this is where tracking your input and output becomes a powerful way to learn a language faster. Because you can measure your input and output, you can also now improve your results. If 1 hour of input helps you have a 3-minute conversation, you now know how to reach 6 minutes, 9 minutes, and so on. You know how to improve, just add an hour more. Look at it in another way. You can also try to get more output while maintaining your input, 1 hour. So trying to get 7 or 8 minutes of conversation from 1 hour of study time. Now, the numbers may not always be the same because of the law of diminishing returns. But what's important to understand is that if you're putting in effort, you should always aim to get some sort of result in return. Otherwise, you're not making progress. That's why this tactic is so powerful. It almost forces you to improve and get something out of your efforts by looking for ways to beat your current numbers. But if you never knew the numbers, then you wouldn't know what your baseline was and you wouldn't know how to improve. Now, how do you apply this to your language learning? Part 3. How to apply this tactic. It's not hard. Just measure your input or the time you study. We already ask you to set small, measurable monthly goals and outline your daily routines. This should give you an idea of how much time you put in already. Plus, our learning system tracks the time you study. Just visit My Report under the Account drop-down menu. There, you'll see the number of lessons completed, flashcards reviewed, and time studied. Next, measure your results, or your output. You have to start doing output, whether it's a journal, texting your teacher, writing comments on our lessons, having conversations. You have to have that output and measure it. So if your goal is to learn 1,000 words in 1 month, but you only learned 800, then you know that with your current input, 800 is a realistic number. 1 month results in 800 words mastered. And because you know this, you can now improve by doubling your input or changing to a more efficient study method, like learning with flashcards. Simply put, measure your time input and measure your output. And again, to measure the output, you have to do the output. You'll instantly see what results you're getting for the time spent. Thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about, are you putting enough hours into your language? If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Picture this. You're sitting with 2 native-speaking friends who are speaking in that language. Maybe you understand a word here and there, but the rest is way too fast for you. If only you could slow down and replay that conversation bit by bit. And if only you had a transcript and translations, then you'd understand everything and learn the language faster. Well, the good news is you can do just that. Slow down and understand native speed conversations, even if you're a beginner, with our learning system. How? Stick around. Today, you'll discover 1. All about the line-by-line dialogue study tool. 2. How you can easily understand and master conversations as a beginner. And 3. How this tool gets you speaking easily and helps perfect your pronunciation. But first, if you don't yet have access to our language learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. So let's jump in. I'll guide you through our learning system so you get to see exactly what's inside and our members-only study tools. Okay, so let's take a look at what exactly the line-by-line dialogue tool is. So first, you can find the line-by-line dialogue tool in any of our lessons. In this case, I have Beginner Season 1, and the lesson title is How's It Going? And you can find the line-by-line dialogue tool here from the Dialogue tab. If you click this, it will take you directly to the line-by-line section. So I'm going to break down what you can do here in just a moment, but you can also find the line-by-line dialogue tool in any of the absolute beginner lessons. So we have this free absolute beginner course that's available for a limited time right now. There are more than 50 lessons that you can find inside this absolute beginner course. So you will also have access to the line-by-line dialogue tool if you take this course and get access to these lessons. So have a look at that too if you're interested in that. Okay, so let's take a look at what we can do with the line-by-line dialogue tool. So first, you'll notice that there are a couple of icons to the left of each line. So each line here represents one line in the dialogue for that lesson. If you press the speaker icon here on the left, it says play, you will hear just that line. So you'll be able to listen to just that line. This is useful if there's like a line in the dialogue that you had trouble understanding or that wasn't super clear to you, or maybe you want to practice shadowing that line, whatever. You can choose just that one line to listen to. So each line also has, of course, the words. You'll have a transcript here of what was said in the line, and then depending on the language that you're studying, you will also have a translation here too. So it can be a translation in your language or in a language that you know, another language you already know. If that is available for the language you are studying, you will also find that here. So the second thing I want to talk about is this voice recorder function, this icon right here. If you click on this, you will be able to record your voice saying the line. So this is really helpful if you want to work on your pronunciation, because by recording your voice, you get the opportunity to compare your pronunciation with the pronunciation of a native speaker. So this can really help you to make sure that you are pronouncing the words correctly and also using natural intonation. This is super helpful in longer lines like this one, for example. So if you want to make sure that your intonation sounds natural and sounds like a native, you can use this voice recorder feature to make sure that you're doing that correctly. And you can use this 4, 5, 6, 10 times if you want to. It's not just like a one-time thing. So use this, come back to this to make sure that you are getting enough practice with your speaking as well. So you can use this tool, just this tool, for listening practice, for speaking practice, and you can even write these things out if you want in a notebook to get some writing practice too. So there are a lot of different ways that you can use just this dialogue tool to get lots of kinds of practice. And if you want to break this down even further, if you want to break things down a little bit more to more like specific pieces, you can even scroll down to the vocabulary section where you can look at those specific words and specific phrases in depth and listen to them a little bit more slowly to practice too. So there are a lot of different ways that we can use this dialogue tool, just this dialogue tool, to make sure that we have lots of different ways to practice. And if you want to just listen to the entire conversation one more time, you feel pretty confident with the line-by-line practice, you can just come up here and push this play button and you will hear the entire dialogue one more time. If you struggle with understanding conversations in your target language, you'll want this. The line-by-line dialogue breaks down conversations into individual lines, and you'll understand every word of the lesson dialogue. Find it inside all of our audio lessons. So, if you want to learn the language and get access to these learning tools and our learning system, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to get your free lifetime account. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.